Hot tubs are really expensive, but I think I could build one for a couple $100. You know, $500, $600 or so, maybe less. But I've been thinking about building a hot tub for my family, and it's pretty much the only thing that I can think about right now. I daydream about it all the time. Sounds silly, right? Think of like Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation and his fantasies of his swimming pool for his family. Yeah, that's what I think about a lot lately, right now. Digging up a hole and installing some wood posts and building a frame, dropping in a liner, buying some pumps to circulate the water and push the water, just like a hot tub. I think that the pumps would be the most expensive part, but I can find those cheap on sites like Alibaba and stuff like that. But of course, with the low cost comes the cost of expediting, of shipping the goods. Everything's really cheap over there, but everybody, they got to do whatever they have to do to run their freight, and so that's where all your costs come in at. Hello, men. Hello, women. Hello, everyone who may happen to listen. This is Chris with The Age of Reason. These are just some more mental meanderings, just some things that are going through my head. Every night at work, I have all these awesome jump-off points that I would love to do a show on. And I frequently think about, I need to get myself a wearable microphone, just talk into it, just dictate my notes while I'm at work. But I never do. I don't have a microphone that I can wear at work. I don't really think about buying one either. And then by the time I get home, I just want to be home. I just want to be home. Take care of my little girl and try to unwind a little bit, and relax, do some computing, look around on the internet, catch up with what's going on out there in the world according to the various sources that I listen to, and what is going on out there. It's bad, right? It's bad what's on the radar now, and it's awful sudden. It's only been 1 year since they started this operation on the masses, and people are thoroughly conditioned to the hive mindset now, the shaming mindset. People instigate each other over not wearing the mask. If you falter from the mask campaign, the locals in your area they'll let you know how they feel. Everyone has an opinion. Very few people have facts, and very few people, even fewer people, I would imagine. Yeah, because there are few people who have facts. There are very few people who will listen to facts, who will listen to anything that counters the popular mind, the popular conditioning, the popular narrative. It's as if the mind of the overall people has to be led, has to be steered by something else. And it has to be an authoritarian system, not a righteous system, not a godly system, not God or Christ, but a politician, a liar, a lawyer, a movie actor, a musician, a rapper. Where's all the brevity? Where's all the braveness that once came from the artists, from the musicians? Where's the bravado? Where's the machismo of the old actors who used to force one to think? Where are the artists who are challenging the minds of people, challenging the status quo, challenging the lies of the system? Where are these? Where are the heroes? There are no heroes. The hero has been obsolete for a long time. And without a hero, people don't know what to do. Remember the song by Genesis, Land of Confusion. And it really is a land of confusion. At this point, the morale of mankind has been incredibly brought down. Mankind is incredibly demoralized at this point. And the nations are tipping over. They're destabilized, and we are at a crucial point of time. And everyone who listens to this, everyone who hears this, you are here for this reason, to bear witness to this. You must testify to what you have seen, to your Maker. You must testify, yes, I saw that, and it was bad. You must observe it and testify to what you have witnessed and to what you have gone through. You're still here because this is your time. Nobody killed you yet, and you didn't kill yourself yet either. So your reason is now. Find whatever you can in that. This is what you are here for. There is no escape. You can't jump off. Not now. We are on this, in this, and we have to figure it out and find the righteousness that so many have lost by accident or intentionally abandoned, or perhaps never even knew. While the media spin doctors continue to shove all this nonsense into the minds of everyone. The nonsense is the racism. The nonsense is the staged insurrection. The nonsense is the lie of the so-called virus. No one in the popular media machine is bringing people back to their creator, to their maker. Even the big promoted evangelists are going with the narrative, the brainwashing campaign. So the Joel Osteen and the Kenneth Copeland and the Creflo Dollar Jr. and all these other so-called religious men, they're nothing more than blasphemous mystics and liars and deceivers, as they tell everyone to get ready to take the shot. God wants you to take the shot. You have to take the shot. This is all folly and hubris. These are deceptions and lies. Because if they weren't, then you'd never hear about it. But you always hear the bullshit. You always hear the lies. You always hear the stories, the tales, the myths. The myths of the Holocaust and the myths of Big Brother, Captain America saving the day. And meanwhile, during World War I and World War II, all the countries of the world, this was world war, these were world campaigns, all of these countries changed how they lived and did business. And during the times of war, they all had some form of societal lockdown and espionage on their so-called citizens. Of course, the citizen is a legal term, and they've always trapped, locked up their so-called citizens during these times. And this is our time now. This is what we have not bore witness to. And now it's our time to bear witness to these terrible horrors, these times of critical anxiety and misinformation. All it ever takes is just a media story to whip up the masses, keep them all afraid, because when they're afraid, they're powerless, and they will never know that their freedom has actually ended. This is important for the masters and rulers of this world, that they maintain their control, that they maintain their grip on the neck of everyone by using fear and psychological torment and everything that is detrimental to health and family and love and compassion. They are the adversaries of the righteous. And by being adversaries, they are Satanists, because Satan is the adversary of the righteous. So they operate within a system of control, and they expect everyone to fall in line with their control, and if you don't, or if you question it, then they have a way of dealing with you, of subjugating you, casting you away from your family and those who you love, removing you from everything that is truly just and righteous and given to you by God's grace. And it didn't take very long to get here. I'm 42, and I've said this before. When I was growing up as a boy, I never thought that the world would look as bleak and black as it does today. So if I'm only 42, 42 is not a long time. If I were to die, people would say he was only 42. Only 42 years. So in my experience alive, it's only been 42 years to bear witness to the amount of destruction and disarray and debt and death, sorrow, torture, harshness, cruelty by the state system, the statue system, the artificial man. The statue is the figment of a man crafted out of stone. It's not real. People love their statues though, and they love their states and their status. They never really know their own actual status. They have no idea about the power that they actually have. If everyone, or at least even more people, knew the power that they actually have, then things would not be the way that they are. But man is ignorant. He's ignorant of his true potential. And this is why I say that mankind has very little power, because mankind will never really fully grasp this and manifest it and wield it. World War II saw internment camps in the United States, in Japan, in Germany, probably England, probably in other places too, France, I'm sure, maybe, all these places during the so-called Great Wars always had some system developed and employed to intern people, to keep them in line, in step. And it looks like history is, of course, repeating itself. It is repeating itself. It's going to happen here. We don't know when, but they're working on it. They're working on it. They have a plan behind the scenes. They've been working this out for a long time. Longer than 42 years, that's for sure. So we're gonna see the so-called COVID shit keep going, and people will get their badges to identify themselves as not having COVID. Well, the so-called Nazis, the National Socialists, had badges that they made the Jews wear in their internment camps. Is it the same thing? Only in this case, you'll get your so-called freedom if you wear your badge, your good guy badge, as Anton Shendor LaVey wrote about in one of his books, the Satanic Bible, the good guy badge, your brownie points. People love their good guy badges. And it probably goes back to something in our childhood, of course, being praised by your parents, or the teacher at school. My mother had, she put up a paper board on the wall when I was a little boy. I'll never forget it. She used to put little gold sticker stars on this grid that she drew out on it for me doing various things like chores and stuff like that. And I was always so proud to get that gold star. But of course, that was something that made me feel close to my family. In this case, people want their good guy badges to feel closer to themselves, I suppose, because they will ostracize everyone else. There is very little left when it comes to the word family out there in the minds of the overall consensus of people. They're also critical and judgmental of each other, but not critical or judgmental of their politicians, their lawyers, their doctors, their media talking heads, their actors, their musicians. They're not critical of these, but they're critical of their neighbors, as if these entities that condition them, as if these are their family, and that their family and neighbors are just complete strangers, or even less than complete strangers, as if they're crud that they have to get rid of, shame it away. It's quite disparaging, the fall of mankind. When I was very young, in my, I guess probably about 17 or 18, I think maybe, me and two of my buddies had a little fun mock band, we're three guys with instruments, so we called ourselves a band, and I was probably the only one who took it serious because I was an asshole, but I think my buddies just liked to jam together. But I was like, yeah, we're a fucking band, man. But we had wrote a song called Death to Man. And my buddies weren't death metal guys, but I was. And so I churned out these brutal death metal lyrics. But my buddy, who was the bassist, he did this really great spoken word introduction on it. And one of the lines that he had ran with in it was, "The fall of man has begun, and your world is dead." And it was just awesome. Like, this was back, it was just a hell of a way to start up, like, one track, from three guys, three goons. And I often wonder if he still has that track, just for his spoken intro alone. And I'll see if I can paraphrase it or remember the intro as best as possible and dictate it here. "We perceive the reality that we live in as being normal. Everything we see on TV is sending us a message. Be good, go to school, and be a hard worker, and you'll be rewarded with cash and prizes, and all of your problems will be solved. The school system has trained kids not to think for themselves, but to accept everything given to them by adult authority figures. When your children come after you with guns, do not be surprised. The fall of man has begun, and your world is dead." And that was pretty much it. And he ran his voice through some vocal distortions back then, and we recorded it on a Tascam 4-track tape recorder in his house, his parents' house. But I mean, it was just fucking awesome. His mind was so great with those words. And it's just strange because that's where we are now. The fall of man did begin back then, and the world died that we all once knew. Yeah, I don't know, man. But anyhow, I do hope you're all doing quite well out there, actually. I hope that you're all keeping it going further in your own personal endeavors. And, yeah. If I sound tired, it's because I am. I'm just stretched out, just dictating this into the voice recorder on my phone, and I'll process it through Video Maker, and you'll get what this is. But as always, I do hope that you're all doing well, and let's keep watching what they're gonna do, and let's see where it goes. But remember not to put too much stock into it, and you have to be smart out there, because this is a system of lawyers, and lawyers are very tricky-minded people, and they'll find a way to trick you any way that they can into giving your consent for whatever they have to unfold. Okay, their plan unfolds through paperwork. God's plan unfolds through existence, through I am, be, and it was, and here we are. But I think that it's very important that all of you learn about strawman and legal fictions now more than ever. I've pretty much always said this off and on over the years, that's probably the only thing that's going to save anyone, is understanding what their true standing is and what the true legal fiction is, and the difference between legal and lawful. And I don't care who you have to hear it from to make you learn it, to make you think on it. I don't care how you feel about the divisions of mankind, the separations of mankind, the differences of mankind. A lot of the best minds that I have learned, straw man and legal fiction, all came from black men on the internet who have shown evidence of these things working. They're going to keep everyone at odds on these things because they need their race war to come, and it will. But it's probably, that will also probably be staged. But in your local neighborhoods, just pay attention, because not everyone, again, most people don't criticize the television, the talking heads, the rappers, the musicians. Most people don't criticize these, and they will allow their emotions to be controlled through these things. So just pay attention, but don't be stupid, and just stay smart and stay clear and sober-minded, because you can't have any kind of change for good or longevity or even revolution of the local level, and that would be in your own home. You can't have any kind of good change with any kind of poisons holding anyone down. So those are hard for people to break free from, I know. And if you are trying to break free from them, you can do it. You can break free from all of your misery, all the bonds that keep you perpetually enslaved. You can break those. It can be done. And I testify that is truth. I am proof of it, as I have broken those bonds myself. And you can too. And now I wonder why I wasted so much time and broke so many hearts. But we don't look back, right? We can't look back. Sodom and Gomorrah, when I can't remember the wife of anyhow, when she looked back, she turned to a pillar of salt. It's a metaphor, you know. Don't look back is the point. Don't look back. When it's done, it's done. When it's gone, it's gone. All we have now is the now. And we have to keep moving through the now. Alright, everyone. This is Chris with the Age of Reason. Keep you guys' heads up, alright? Pay attention. Clear mind, open eyes. Let's go. We can do it. We're gonna do it. I'll catch you all next time.